Welcome back, folks, to FlashPoint Weekend Update. So this video will cover this week and last week because last week was super boring. Nothing really much happened other than the gigantic shitstorm with Fochgate, and this week is the follow-up to that story and the aftermath. So we received an official apology from both general managers of Europe and North America, the product director and the publishing director. So that's something. I mean, at least we're moving towards the right direction, and Wargaming is stating that they realize what they could do and cannot do. So it's the right direction, but this kind of feels bare minimum. I mean, it's something. So hopefully this whole scandal dies down, this whole incident fades out, and everybody just lets it go. So yeah, like the T-22s or the black vehicles or the Rubicon with the emblems and inscriptions. So just let it go, let it die. Hate that movie. God, you have cryomancer powers. You're basically Sub-Zero. Kill everybody. Too metal for little kids. Hate that movie. Ugh. So 9.19 will be released next week. So pretty sweet with the ranked battle modes and the HD remodels. So it's a small patch compared to 9.18, but there is better matchmaking for all tier 3 vehicles in this patch. So basically, tier 3 light tanks will no longer see tier 5 vehicles, as well as the other tanks, but it's fun for the tier 3 lights because Panzer 1C. Yep, and the BTSV, and the Panzer 2J. Just have to ruin it with the premium tanks. That's basically pay to win. But then again, if you face something like the Matilda, whoops, you better run away. Oh god. So extra stuff, but yeah, Panzer 1C, SEAL Club, oh god. So a little bit better for newcomers and newbies. But last week we saw the release of the VK16801 with 128 on the Super Test server, and this is basically the same as the VK16802 with 150. So basically the only difference is the gun. But with the 128, 128, accuracy is not great, and yeah, aim time is long, but you do have somewhat decent penetration for a tier 8. 208 is alright in my opinion, but some people look at it as not 230. The highest is like 220 or something, so that's above average. The lowest is like 175. So 208 is not bad, but the accuracy is garbage, and this vehicle is somewhat inferior, in my honest opinion, to the VK101. So it doesn't have the 200mm upper plate, basically the same armor as the mouse on a tier 8. So has the same turret with a bigger cupola-ish, but the horsepower per ton ratio of this vehicle is 4.95 with a super crappy terrain resistance. I think super crappy, but it's even slower to rev up than the TOG 2. So, I mean, you know Wargaming, they're probably going to fucking pervertedly buff the crap out of this thing to like 250mm upper plate or something. But here is the 150mm version. So 202mm of pen, 750 alpha, crappy accuracy, long aim time, but who needs to hit a weak spot when you can just penetrate tier 6 and just immediately destroy them? So yeah, basically this is the closest you're going to get from a encounter of a Sherman tank, Sherman EZ8 versus a mouse. So the VK16802 and the 01 are the prototypes to the Moishin, the mouse chan. So this is the forward mounted turret version of that vehicle. So basically you're fighting a mouse with the Sherman. You get one shot it. If you're playing a T-34-85 or a Cromwell, you're getting one shot it with 150. So you're slow in playing this vehicle, but they cannot shoot, they cannot even kill you. It has the same side armor as the KV-4 and basically larger tracks with side skirts. So moving on, now we also have the AMX Canon Dassault 105. So it's a smaller vehicle compared to the VK, but it's very fast. It's a tank destroyer, has 105mm, so it will be like the STRV S1. but this thing is faster supposedly because higher top speed and better horsepower per ton ratio. So yeah, it's also pretty sneaky too. It's French but has low health and not that great of an armor. So 100mm at the front is decent for a tank destroyer. It's well sloped, but I took a look at the collision model. So the only parts of the 100mm is like this little strip next to the gun. And that's on the vertical side, not the horizontal. The horizontal is like 70 or 80, so don't expect to bounce a lot of shots, but it's well sloped, it's sneaky, it's accurate, fast aim time. DPM is kind of low, so it reloads at 12.5 seconds default, so that's like the Centurion 7.1-ish with that alpha, but high penetration-ish. It's alright penetration, considering tank destroyers at tier 8 because the ISU and the STRV S1, but initial stats, so maybe, you know, pervertedly buffed to all hell. So who knows? There's official mod portal in the alpha test phase, so this is where the combination of all the modders would submit their mods and they will receive a rating, which is pretty sweet, and it's convenient. So it helps wargaming to moderate the mods. It helps the users, the average players, to look at all the awesome mods and put them into the game. So pretty nice idea, very nice. Also, Tank Inspector is back, thank God, but they were having problems with operating the main directory for the website as well as the domain name, so it costs a lot of money. But now they switched to GitHub, so it's a little bit easier for them to manage the whole software, so that's good. And it's easier for me to analyze stuff because Tank Inspector is easier to use than tanks.gg because you can analyze by comparing various vehicles as well as the average stats of all the vehicles as well as some of the other stats with more significant figures. Significant figures means more lettering or more numbers, so it's more accurate. But math and science, wonderful. Such a nerd. Alright, so the community question of this week is, how do you counter the influx of OP-ass tier 8 premium tanks and heavily armored vehicles, especially with the nerf to artillery? So I fought a lot of Chrysler K this week. I'm not pissed off. I'm just thinking you're not going to kill them with a tier 8 medium tank because most tier 8 mediums have low penetration. Their gold shell is around 230-220 millimeters of pen, so you cannot get through the frontal plate. Also, you cannot go flanking around because they have better horsepower per ton ratio than you have, and they have better terrain resistance. So they have the same mobility as, or terrain resistance as a Comet, but with 20 horsepower per ton ratio. So basically, they are medium tank. They are medium tank hunters, and you cannot kill these things with mediums. You have to kill them with heavies. Chrysler K's Object 252Us outperform same heavy tanks of the same tier, so they're basically overpowered. And you have to play tank destroyers to have a chance shooting gold shells, or you should be playing like tier 10s or tier 9s shooting gold. That's a counter. So what do you guys think? What's the counter to the influx of OPS tier 8 premiums and super heavily armored vehicles like the Mouse, the Type 4, and the Type 5? But then again, they don't have the speed to turn as fast, so you have something-ish, I guess. But there was a community coordinator by the name of Candidly who said that we should be getting a official statement about the pay-to-win situation with the premium tier 8s as well as the heavily armored vehicles soon. So I'm looking forward to that, but how the hell are they going to explain the situation? Especially with the nerf to artillery, because normally artillery does provide the alpha to strike down super heavily armored targets, but now they're just doing like 200 damage, maybe even less every 30 seconds, and your teammates don't have the actual, skill to counter multiple dug-in superly heavily armored targets by themselves. So it's like a row of Chrysler Ks, and you're like, oh god. So yeah, fun times. But lastly, I was tinkering around the skin mods for this week, so I was bored, but here is my decoloring of the Pz.58 Mutz. So I'll provide you guys with a link to download all these skins, but I was browsing around the forums, and yeah, there were some pretty good looking skin mods. So we'll finish up this video with a bunch of cool looking skins. Now this is the Alpine Tiger on the Chinese server, the WZ111 Alpine Tiger. So the actual vehicle does not exist on the normal servers because it's basically WZ111 with the same bonus as the Type 59 Gold, I believe. So one of the, yeah, it should have the same profitability. I don't know, but it doesn't, as the Gold Type 59. But it looks pretty nice, so I'll give you guys a skin. But special thanks to Avalon, who pulled the whole skin from the Chinese server. So you can find him on the forums, but I'll provide all the author's name in the description below with the links as well. So here is the Gold Type 59. Awesome looking barrel. Sweet, but yeah, it's pretty nice. So chrome. So shiny. So chrome. Witness me. Love that movie too. No. But here is the Cobra King. So this is the Sherman Jumbo. A historic Sherman tank from all the pictures. So this is by High Band. And yeah, I love the Sherman Jumbo. They probably will make a premium version of the Cobra King, and they're going to sell it as a super broken ass tier 6 premium. Wonderful. But I love the Jumbo. It's the first vehicle I got a pools medal with, as well as Kolobanovs. I was facing like 7 other people, and they were tier 3s or tier 4s. Or no, tier 4s, or in tier 5s. But it was Himmelsdorf, it was Encounter, it was a slaughter. Here is the E25 by Goodman. So, pretty nice looking skins, but a lot of these modders don't have a website of their own. So you have to rummage through the forums, rummage through the whole interwebs to look for them. But I'll try to provide you guys with the forum names, so you can give them a quick thanks for all these super awesome looking skins. But now with the alpha of the mod portal, it'll be a lot easier to support your favorite modders, hopefully. But yeah, pretty sweet looking E25. Stupid little cockroach, so hard to kill. Here is the T110E5. I believe this is a edited model from Goodman based off of Milkyman's original model. So he added more searchlights, the infrared searchlights, a better looking cupola, dual 50 cows on the loader side. So pretty sweet looking. But and finally we have the Batchat HD model. So for a long time, no HD model for this awesome, pretty much best light tank of tier 10. So assassin vehicle, super good to play. Now it has an HD model, so go download it. But there you go, folks. That's FlashPoint for the week of May 26, 2017, as well as May 19, because I was lazy last week and nothing much really happened last week. So, oh well. But happy Memorial Day if you're living in the North America region. But yeah, we do celebrate Memorial Day, but remember, it's not celebration of summer and barbecue day. It's not that. It's a day to remember those who have fallen and served the country. So don't take it lightly. Don't take it as a, ooh, 50% off your mattress and appliances. No, it's not that. Alright, it's not that. So take some time, remember, and happy Memorial Day to you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. As the war machine keeps turning, death and hatred to mankind, poisoning the brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah.